U.S. GM was able, through an extraordinary set of circumstances, to take some drastic action. You closed whole factories. You closed whole historic product brands in the United States. Can you take and will you take drastic action like that in Europe?
Well, just so you understand, prior to their kind of crisis of confidence, you will, I mean, Europeans must, we in America hear about it every day. They must hear about it every morning and every evening of every day. And is Greece going to go under? Is Italy going to go under? What's going to happen to the euro? The banks are on stilts. It has echoes of what was going on here in 2008 and 2009. Coming out of bankruptcy, we did close a plant. There were only 2 plants closed in Europe. Fiat closed one, we closed one in Antwerp, Belgium, and we laid off about 4,000 people. And we were profitable for the first half of 11 in Europe. And then you could see it with the debt crisis that we argued about the debt limits here. Well, at the same time, concurrent with that last summer and in fall, there were discussions: is a Eurozone going to break up? Well, they lost their spring in their step. They lost consumer confidence. And we saw it happen in the 3rd and 4th quarter. We called it early. Now we, Ford, Fiat, Peugeot, Renault, they've all come out and said, yeah, real profitability problems in Europe. And you're right. We had to close 14 plants in the United States when we had our crisis. We think we're going to have to adjust our production levels in Europe over the next couple of years in order to get our house in order in Europe.
Adjust production levels is often a euphemism for closing plants.
Yes, it commonly is.
And what's the time frame for making those decisions?
We are in discussions with our stakeholders, our employees, our unions.
And I know the labor, it's very difficult to close facilities in Europe compared with the United States.
That is true. And we're going to abide by our contracts, but we have to at least start to get them in place. So we hope within the next 2 to 3 months that we'll be able to publicly articulate a plan that will get us back, give us a shot at profitability.
And is eliminating a whole brand in Europe, such as Opel, is it an option the way you did in the United States?
I don't think so. But you see, you think about it, in the United States, we had 8 brands.
Yeah.
And if you call the middle market, we had Pontiac, Saturn, Buick, Oldsmobile. The swim lane was too crowded. So the fastest growing brand in America today is Buick. And people say, well, Buick. Well, okay, we've taken some of the sportier kind of Pontiac segment of the market, and we address it with Verano, which has gotten rave reviews from every car magazine and enthusiast because it is really a great small car. Well, then we're in it. And by the way, Buick outsold Lexus, or essentially matched Lexus in total sales in the United States. This is a brand that, well, it's more than Buick now. It's really an amalgamation of several different entrants into that segment of the market. Opel is it's a mid-range brand that we have largely in Western Europe. We have introduced the Chevy brand in the Eastern Europe, and it is actually a pretty good brand there. But it is Opel, and Opel is a company with a 100-year history, and we're gonna do our hardest, our best to make it profitable.